A couple of weeks ago, I was just watching the English football team at the Euros, and even though they tried their best to fraud their way to a title, it's coming home. But thankfully, in the final, Spain sent them back to wherever they came from. And, I just quickly have to shout out Belal Muhammad for bringing that back to memory in the press conference. He did that quick. Shout out to Spain. I just want to give a shout out to Spain.
Hey, for everybody here, I just want to give a huge shout out to Spain.
I want to hear that shit.
Shout out to Spain.
I really love that. Elite trolling. Once again, I'm here ready to watch English fans on the UFC 304 card. Hopefully we're able to recreate the success we had with the Euros on this UFC pay-per-view card. Of course, there are a few of the English fighters on the card. There are a few of the UK fighters. Let me say UK, not just English here. Let me say UK. There are a few of the UK fighters on the card that I would want to win. But then definitely I want a whole lot of them to lose. So let's just quickly go over the card and see the ones I would be supporting to win and the ones I would really love to lose. So starting with the early prelims, we have Shauna Bannon and Alice Adeline. This is really going to be an interesting fight with Alice making her debut and Shauna, it's a sophomore fight and she lost her debut. So it's going to be an interesting fight. So for this one, honestly, I don't really care as much. But then for the sake of the win ratio at the end of the day, I'll just want to give this to Alice Adeline. We jump right to the heavyweight division where Mick Parkin faces Lucas Bresky, and honestly, I feel like this fight was just tailored for English fans to get a win because I checked this record and Lucas Bresky is 1-3 in the UFC, but it's all good. I really don't see Lucas Bresky pulling an upset in this one, so I would say this one goes to the English fans. Sam Patterson and Kiefer Crosby, I really don't care because win or lose, UK fans are going to claim that. So yeah, flyweight bout, Mohamed Mukaev and Manuel Cape. Honestly, as much as I want to see the English tears, as much as I want to see the UK fans cry, for this one, I have to go Mohamed Mukaev because I just hate Manuel Cape's guts. Jump to the welterweight division. Urban Elliott, Preston Parsons. Yeah, Urban made his debut earlier this year with a win. Preston Parsons is like 2-2 in the UFC currently. And honestly, I watched the Urban Elliott debut and I was really, I wouldn't say I was a bit interested in him, but then I don't think I'm too interested to the point where I would be rooting for him to win because, like I said, it's watching. We need the English tears. We need the UK tears on the night of this pay-per-view. We go to the prelims, like heavyweight bouts between Modestas Bukauskas and Martin Prachinio. I really don't care about that one. Whoever wins, it's cool. Jake Hadley, Cowlan, Lauren. Like I said again, this is fine for the English fans. Whoever wins, they claim this one. So, women's strawweight bout. And let me just put this out there. Even if this wasn't a UK card that I am watching, even if this was just like a neutral card, I would never support Molly McCann in any other fights. Of course, I don't 100% believe Bruna Brazil gets the job done, but then that's what happens when you're watching. It's not about statistics, it's not about the facts, it's not about the potential, it's just it. It's just it foiling this thing. So yeah, that's another fight I would love to see go against the UK fans. And then in the featherweight division, Nathaniel Wood, Daniel Pineda. Once again, I feel like this, just look at the odds. This tells you a lot. Once again, I just feel like this is another fight that was put here, just to give the UK fans a slight advantage, all right? This is Daniel Pineda, 38 years old, 2-2 in the UFC. He joined the UFC late, but he's 2-2 in the UFC. Nathaniel Wood is like 8-3 in the UFC. He's fighting a 38-year-old man who is just 2-2 in the UFC. So I feel like this is another fight that was just placed there for the English fans to get an advantage. And we jump to the main card where we start with the featherweight bouts between Arnold Allen and Giga Chikadze. And honestly, this is one fight where I would actually want the English fighter to win. I'm kind of like an Arnold Allen fan, not like a crazy fan, but then I just love the guy. Not so much big on Giga Chikadze. So that's one fight I would want to see go the way of the English fans. Christian Leroy Duncan versus Gregory Rodriguez, and I'm definitely going Robocop on this fight. And this isn't even primarily because of the 8th watch, but on any given day, I would definitely support Gregory Rodriguez to win. Lightweight bout, Bobby Green, now known as King Green, versus Paddy Pimblett. Once again, 8th watch aside, on every given day, Paddy is one fighter I would always want to see humbled. Paddy is one fighter I would always want to see take an L. This was not the case initially. When he first came to the UFC, I was kind of like riding the Paddy wave, but then after a while, I fell off the Paddy wagon, and now I just want to see him lose. The co-main event, Tom Aspinall versus Curtis Blaydes, and interestingly, this is one of the fights where I would love to see an English fighter win, because I just really respect what Tom Aspinall is doing, because ideally, he should be fighting a title unification bout right now. And I feel like the way the UFC has been treating him since he became interim champ, it's not so good. But the fact that he's not just sitting on his arms waiting for the fight with John Jones to unify the title, but he's, willing to defend, like crazy stuff I've never heard before. He's defending an interim title. The fact that he's willing to do that, I just really want him to still retain the interim title, so that by the time we have the retirement match between John Jones and Stipe Miocic, then Tom Aspinall can get his shot at unifying the belts at heavyweight. Finally, Leon Edwards versus Belal Muhammad. And of course, Belal is not the most interesting guy. Both of them are decision merchants. Belal is not the most interesting guy. Leon also is not the most interesting guy. But honestly, at this point, I would take anyone having the belt. In fact, if it's possible for an unranked fighter to get the belt off Leon Edwards, I just cannot afford another Leon Edwards title defense, because first of all, I feel like this guy is an hypocrite. I feel like he's a cheat, and I don't feel like he's deserving to be a champion. The craziest part of it was him trying to discredit Belal Muhammad from getting a title shot, which is just crazy, because when he was riding a long win streak and he wasn't getting a title shot, he was crying, lamenting about it. But then you become champion, and there's this other guy in the division who is also in the same position you were before, and then you're trying to discredit him. Such hypocrisy. So, yeah, let's quickly do a recap and see how many guys I would be wanting to see win. Okay, we have Tom Aspinall, we have Arnold Allen, Mohamed Mokaev, and of course, I expect Mick Parkin to win. So, 4 out of 10 is actually a good result for an 8 watcher. The card is tomorrow. We'll wait and see if it's going to be English tears or it's going to be my tears. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Bye.